Hey, welcome back. This is Molly, and I wanted to do a video for you on the energies of the water signs and how you run energy through you, things to be aware of in terms of how you come across, what you're here to develop, and what matters with these water elements, especially in regards to your own evolving consciousness. So the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And you are the feelers of the zodiac, meaning there's a lot that you feel and sense that isn't always seen, that isn't always visible, but you sense it energetically. You take it in. This can make you an empath, highly sensitive, intuitive, an energy reader. This can be something where you're just naturally tapped into what's not being said or spoken or communicated, but you feel it. And you can sense this when you walk into an environment. You can feel if someone's having a bad day, if the energy's off. You can sense, oh, this is a really great space, or wow, this feels good. And you tend to have that immediate sense of what is going on in the energy spectrum, in the energy fields. You can sense that in other people, and of course in yourself, or in a situation or experience. So you are designed to really have very aware sensors of a space and of an energetic experience that not everybody will feel or tap into. You can be very in tune with your own emotional world, what you're feeling, what you're sensing. This can vary widely for you in a week, in a day, where you're just feeling like there's a lot moving through you, that there's a lot happening around you. Now, with the water energies, you want to be aware of your emotional world, how it comes across to others. If it's too much at times, if it's a lot, if they don't know how to handle it or how to take it in, because your energy can run deep and it can be a lot. You want to have ways to process and manage your emotional world. You want to have things in place that help you when you have a bad day or when you have a great day. You want to have energetic outlets for what to do with the energy you feel and experience and how to responsibly manage it. This could be a lifelong practice where you just understand, I'm here to feel a lot, to sense a lot, I take in a lot, and I have to move it through. Because water is designed to flow, right? And it needs to flow in a healthy way, and it needs to flow in a way too where you don't lose yourself. Because sometimes you can be feeling or taking in so much that isn't even yours that you are like, what do I feel? What do I need? What is true for me? And this is something that you are figuring out and managing, because the water energies, they often want to help. They want to be supportive. You can, again, if you're an empath, you tap into what someone else needs. You're very caring. There can be a lot of compassion here, a lot going on in your world that you're just feeling and sensing, and maybe you don't know how to put words to it. And you need time or a process to describe what you're feeling or to understand how to explain it and communicate it to someone else. So the water energy can be very deep, very rich. There can be a lot here that you're really picking up and sensing. So you have to manage that in a way that's healthy for you, that's loving and kind as well. Now, one thing about the water signs is that you're going to need boundaries. Because like water flowing, like the oceans and the ocean waves, you're going to need boundaries to put in place so that you're not taking on everything, that you have a way to say no, because you can have a giant heart and you can have a hard time saying no. So you're going to want to look for ways to be clear on what your boundaries are as well as what your needs are. So again, that could be another lifelong process or thing you're developing, is that you want to be aware of where your energy ends and someone else's begins. And that would be one of the healthiest ways to work with boundaries, is to understand what you need and to keep that in. So you could visualize it as some kind of energetic container where that water energy is contained. It's safe, it's good, it's clear, it's pure. And that's what works for you. So know that that's part of your energy. The other thing to be aware of is that how you run energy could be through a more emotional lens than other people. Meaning, someone could say something to you and you feel it. Like you're like, oh, I feel all that. And maybe they just said something that to them was just very practical, intellectual, clear, but you feel it. So the way that you're very receptive matters. Understanding that matters because it's going to make you different than other people. Whereas if you feel it and you take it in, other people might not have that same response. They might not be receptive in that same way. You could be looking for people who emotionally understand you, emotionally get you. And that can be great, but that can also be an expectation that leads to disappointment because not everyone's going to be feeling the way you do or sensing or receiving the way you do. So you want to own how you experience energy, how you take it in, but understand that other people aren't necessarily going to be on the same page, and that's not a bad thing. You don't want to assume that because water signs, again, like that energy, it keeps moving and you can sometimes lack clarity on what's really happening or what someone else is receiving or perceiving, especially if they're intellectualizing it, which can be the case with the air signs. So know how you run energy. That's your power. That's what's good to understand, and understand that other people are going to experience it differently, and that's okay. They don't have to have the exact same feeling as you do about something. Now, the complementary energy to the water signs are the earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The earth signs provide structure, boundaries, something clear, practical, simple. Focus on this. So if there are days when the energy is really big, the emotions are big, you're feeling a lot, those earth signs are grounding. So go to the earth, literally, right? Go for a walk. Do something with an earth element. Hold the crystal. Hold something that grounds you and gives you a sturdiness. And that earth energy is going to feel very supportive, nurturing, kind. It's going to bring you into this reality, bring you into your body, and connect you with more of the energies that you're naturally good at experiencing. So the water signs are good for so many things. They create movement. They help us flow. You're here to develop trust in yourself. You're here to understand more of your own gifts and capabilities, and to manage what you're feeling, to make sure you're not putting it on other people. Because again, the water signs, you can put things on others, whether it's your emotions, things that you don't want to do. You want to look at what you can take care of, how it can be nurturing and kind to yourself, what you can get done, what works with your flow, and to honor that. Honor your own flow. Honor how you move energy. That's a beautiful way to love yourself and to understand some of these gifts that you have. So the water signs are very caring, compassionate, sensitive. You tap in to the energy in a space or in a person. You're able to be very aware of, again, what's not said, what's not spoken. So you do have to work on your communication. Communicating what you're feeling. Communicating what's happening so that other people can understand it. Because you might assume, and it might not be the case, right? There's misunderstandings that can happen. So this could be where, you need to just give yourself space. Be like, okay, I need time to figure out what I'm feeling and how to communicate it in a way that someone else can receive it, understand it, and know me even more. So water signs, beautiful energies that you are working with, that you are regulating, managing, and really optimizing for your own growth and for understanding more of who you are in this lifetime. Please check out my other 3 videos on the other elements, where I talk about their own strengths and what they need to be aware of, as well as how they run energy through them. It could help you understand other people in your world, especially someone close to you, and also understand what they need in order to really be clear in their own energy. Thank you so much for joining me. Please check out my playlist for even more videos here on YouTube. I'll be back with another video soon, and thank you so much for joining me.